And it says Jesus demonstrated love in actions so we could understand it better. One of the first actions we know about Jesus resulted from his choosing to come to this earth as a man to bring humanity to its fullness. He chose, Jesus, he chose to love himself as God's begotten Son. Now let that sink in. He chose to love himself as God's begotten Son, and we benefited. Had he not loved himself, he would not have fulfilled his destiny. He chose to love himself as God's beloved Son. What kind of invitation is that for you and I? I know we understand love the Lord your God with all your mind, your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. But oftentimes it's like we could, like right now, I just quoted it. I don't know if I quoted it perfectly or exact, but I quoted it. And we can quote it and we can talk about it and we can know it and we can even describe it to people. But when it comes to the point of actually loving yourself, that you are the actual living embodiment of Christ in the earth. And what does that look like for every person that encounters you? And I'm not saying, please don't, I'm not saying that love looks like the framework we would set up love in always doing certain things, always being, the one that lays your life down. I mean, all of these things, love looks like something in every instance. It's different. Because not only did Jesus lay his life down, but he turned tables over. Not only did he sit with the woman at the well, but he actually told people, okay, let's write all your stuff down in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Their love looks like what Father says is needed in the moment, not what our world or head has defined love to be. And those aspects where you and I become so ingrained and absolutely consumed with face to face, Father, what are you doing? What are we doing here? What are you wanting to be expressed here, there, with people at the grocery store, at the gas station, in your room, in your quiet place, talking to a friend over coffee, whatever, fill in the blank. In each and every situation, you loving the I amness that is you releases the seed of your life that literally is resurrection realities. And those resurrection realities do something in the moment. It's not a futuristic, well, one of these days, I'm going to fully become something. Because that really does become hope deferred, because I'm always talking about something in the future that will eventually happen if I do all the calisthenics enough. Right? And please, you guys have heard me say, there is no dishonor or disrespect in my heart for things that we do to, like, Lord, show me what's going on in my heart. I'm not saying that. But when we lean on that as source, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it becomes where is your source? Is it in resurrection realities of your I amness? Because I can honestly tell you, as you and I choose like hard stop, period. That's it. It really is it. As you and I choose. One of the things as we were going through that particular chapter I shared with the group, there's a piece that it talks about love in choosing. And what occurred to me in that moment was, without Father showing us, creating the framework of love, choosing wouldn't even be existing. Choosing had to have a framework that it could exist out of. And that is the absolute union of I am, that is the framework of choosing. And so as you and I choose to live out of I am, to live from resurrected realities, resurrection realities, all of the seed of his life flowing through you and I produce fruit after his kind. And it's not because I've leaned on all the things that I need to do to get myself right, to get myself healed, to get myself, whole. And again, I'm not disparaging that, but it's where the source of your resurrection realities are, where our resurrection realities come from. And those, as we read last week, are from before the foundations of the earth. They didn't start with Jesus on the cross. They didn't start with 3 days later when he rose again. It started before the foundations of the earth. You and I came into the earth in resurrection realities, from resurrection realities. And what kind of aha moment is that for you and I?